Hello everybody, welcome to my video. I'm going to introduce myself shortly, but first I just want to say that I'm so excited to have you on my first ever YouTube video, and if you want to stick around, there'll be a lot more content like this, like gaming and thrift flipping and things of the sort. So I'm just really excited to have you, and I really hope you guys enjoy my hella long yap session. Hello there. Hi, it's so nice to meet you. My name is Casey. And today we're going to be talking a little bit about me. So if you want to stick around and get to know me, please, you're all welcome. I'm just starting this YouTube channel, so I'm very excited to get into it. I just have a couple things that I'm just going to talk about myself if you want to hear me blammer and kind of get used to me in my little corner of the internet. So I hope you are excited to come along. So my very first thing. This is going to be mainly kind of about my style and how I curate it. Or I was never really... I wouldn't say I was never like basic, like clean girl. I worked on a barn, like with horses my entire life, so I was kind of always somewhat, I lost my clicker toy, but I was never like really trying like I am right now. Like I'm really getting into the music. I don't know if you can see the poster, but I got that after I went to an Evanescence concert, which I am like so in love with. But yeah, before I started exploring alternative style, it was pretty yeehaw, I'm not gonna lie. I worked with horses, I had the boots, I had the hat, things like that. So the first moment that I realized that I wanted to kind of like go off and explore a different style was probably like influences from friends, honestly, because I remember being young and seeing like alternative people who were older than me and thinking that they looked like so cool. And then I kind of just like never got to it, to be honest. I never like explored that style. And now I'm older, now I'm like 16. And I'm like finally like, you know, like I'm not even paying attention to my style or what I want, so I really want to get into that now. The first part of like alt culture, I guess you could say, that really like caught my attention was definitely like, I think as it is with most people, is like the TikTok emo kind of, which is sad to say, like that definitely shouldn't be the representation of alt style, but that's definitely what like initially caught my attention. And then just from there it kind of turned into like alternative, trad goth, things like that. And I'm not good at makeup, whatever. I'm really not. I haven't even attempted trad goth. Like I'm not going to be good at it, but I do want to eventually. We will be getting there one day, just not yet. I had a friend who was very like Harley Davidson girl and she wore all that kind of stuff. And like she was like a very big inspiration for me. And just seeing that like on the internet and the subcultures of all of it and the punk and the you know, steampunk and punk and trad and Lolita and romantic and vampire, just like all of it was so like, it just felt so like inviting. Just for me personally, since it took me so long to come to that style, there's like a big gap in between liking the aesthetic and like coming into it. I feel like liking it, like I've always liked the aesthetic, you know what I mean? Like I've always wanted to, like thought it was cool, wanted to be a part of it, never really knew how to get into it. Now I feel like I'm trying to kind of bridge that gap. I don't want to do it by supporting fast fashion. And I'm not gonna lie, I've been a Shein girly in the past and a Temu girly. I'm not gonna lie to you, I'm not perfect. But I'm really trying to do it myself now, and like I bought a bunch of like stud things, like the studs at I found them at like a secondhand art thrift store, and I've been putting them on everything, making clothes with them and cutting out my own clothes, stuff like that. So I'm trying to get it into like, you know, alt how it should be done. That gap between like having like the inspirational pictures and actually feeling comfortable dressing that way is like a really big gap just for me personally, and you guys might feel that way too. So I'm really working hard to kind of like bridge that and stuff. My first attempt dressing more alternatively was definitely a struggle for me. I would dress, yikes, so Tumblr. It was actually like embarrassing. I shouldn't say it's embarrassing because we all have to start somewhere with style. But I'm just really happy I'm past that phase and that I got past the beginning. And I'm not saying I dress perfect now, I really don't. It's probably still cringy to people who actually dress well, alternative. But I feel like I'm getting into it more and I'm doing better. And like I'm going to be dyeing my hair black soon. And like it is a little intimidating, I will say. Community is a little strict, but it almost should be strict. Like I understand like the politics are still like, because that's how it is. You know what I mean? Like people don't LARP MAGA. Like... You know what I mean? Like, it's kind of like how it is, and that's fine. I just feel like I'm really scared to like mess something up, if that makes sense. So I really want to make sure I'm doing my research. And I was, and I still am, really bad at the whole like layering part of it, just because one, I have autism, I have sensory issues, I don't like layering. Two, I overheat pretty easy. Third, I've just never been good at it, to be honest. Like, I don't want to lie to you, I'm just not the best at it. So I am working really hard to kind of get into like layering more, like my fashion sets. Something that's always worked for me really well is just packing on the silver jewelry. Just throwing it on there, you know what I mean? Like, that's always helped. And my necklaces. So I've had this black rosary. I don't know if you can see it. I've had this black rosary. That was my grandmother's for ever and a day. I used to work in an antique store where they had a lot of like old silver jewelry, so I thrift a lot, so I usually can find like the antiques like this and I'll just like snip across or whatever. Oh, so the makeup. Whew, the makeup has always been so difficult for me. I am so bad at makeup. I'm not saying I'm like giving up, like I'm gonna work on it. So with alternative style and like coming into it, I feel like you're always gonna be worried about like not feeling confident enough, and it's a valid way to feel, because this, you know, people are definitely kind of judgmental. But just the fact that I went through, you know, the rough like period where you look like a Tumblr girl, I'm already through the being embarrassed about it, you know what I mean? Like, I already just so it's like I'm not like this isn't the part where I should be ashamed. So like I'm not really worried anymore, but I definitely at a point I was definitely getting bullied and made fun of for it, and that definitely got to me at a point in my life. It's really hard to find like a difference in between copying and inspiration. I feel like I'm copying a lot sometimes. Like, I really need to work on that, like being more original. These girls are just so talented and coming up with their own outfits, and I'm not. So and I'm not saying it's bad to take from Pinterest. I take a lot from Pinterest. I just want to be able to like independently create my own looks, and like when I make my own clothes, I want to look at less inspo pics and really like just like go for me, because I like drawing sigils and things like that. So I want to really find more intrinsic motivation and do it myself. Thrifting I absolutely love. I've always loved thrift. And that is a huge part of me and my personality and my style, and it will always be. You're definitely going to see a lot of on this channel is like thrifting and thrift flipping alt clothes and finding alt clothes, you know, what brands to look out for, because thrifting really like, it helped me change my style over time, because it's not like you're just like buying like fast fashion items of like one aesthetic and then throwing it out all later. It takes time and you have to build up your wardrobe kind of, and that's what I'm in like the process of doing. But like I'm really happy that I'm doing it by thrifting, and then I feel like eventually it'll help me build this like ideal style, I should say, where I'm like, you know, the kind of alt rock star girlfriend that I want to look like. I have to build it up and find the right pieces, and I think that'll just make it so much more like meaningful when I kind of have that style. So I have a pretty large personality. My personality is definitely going to be like big on my style. I like to maybe take myself a little too seriously sometimes. So probably something like a little more serious. Like, there are days where I definitely want to go more like office siren, you know, baddie, motorcycle girl, like things like that. And then there's other days where I want to be like all like big lashes. So it's definitely going to switch up, and sometimes I'm going to try to maybe make a little in between and stuff. Like, how I want to tie this together, I haven't like fully figured out. But I do want to like bring them together in a way that'll be very like creative and stuff. And I feel like something that's like really important to me is finding my style, like my style, you know what I mean? Because some people, like, they're all gonna have their own original style, and it's one thing to like find a Pinterest girly and be like, oh, I love her, I want her style. Or my style unique to me, I guess, because I feel like everybody's style should be unique to them. And that's something I really want to like work on and work hard towards, if that makes sense. So yeah. Anyway, thank you guys for listening to my TED Talk. I hope this was a good introduction to me, and I will see you guys in another video of Talks in the Dark.